So I quit my job. Because I got a new one. Yeah, it's not that exciting. So it's been a while since I've really sat down and given an update on my life, and since things are in the process of changing for me and the fact that I'm bored between jobs, I thought now would be a good time to give an overall general update on how things are going. And for once, they're going well. In fact, I think things are slowly getting better for me. The last few years haven't been the most ideal for me, especially the start of last year. I'm not going to go into the details because I really don't want to, but to cut a long story short, for the last couple of years I've had severe issues with my sleeping due to things like anxiety and stress, and it wasn't always bad, but some days were just terrible. I'd struggle to sleep, feel like crap all day, and then even struggle to stay awake during the day. And then one day while I was working from home, it all just caught up with me and I just broke. It wasn't fun in the slightest. After all that happened, I finally sat down and really thought about my options, and one of the main causes towards this issue was my job. In the recent years, it's become a lot more stressful, and with the awkward shift patterns I was working on, as you can see by this amazing diagram made by yours truly, trying to keep awake and having a decent night's sleep with how frequently I had to readjust my sleeping pattern obviously wasn't going to be easy, but it went from a slight inconvenience to just an outright battle against my body clock. And after having a meeting about how I was falling asleep at my desk at work, I realised it was time to probably do something about it. And recently, as of Sunday, I finished my employment there. That was my last shift, and now I'm taking a few days off to relax, and I'll be starting a new job next week. And with this new job, I have a better and more consistent work pattern. Thank God. And this news brings me on to why I made this update video in the first place. With a new work schedule, I can finally do something I've wanted to do for a while now, which is to have a stream schedule. For the last few years, I've had a rather inconsistent stream schedule of twice in a 3-day block every 8 days. It was a mess to say the least, and it became confusing for both myself and viewers. So from the 7th of March going forward, I'll be streaming on Tuesday and Thursday at 7 PM till 10 PM, and then on Saturday I'll be starting an hour earlier at 6 PM and finishing at the same time. Just so you're aware, the times I've mentioned are based on England's time zones. I'll have all the relevant information of other time zones on my Twitch and Twitter page. I've chosen these days as it means I can relax on my first day at work and then on my last day off, on the weekend. And if you're not following me on Twitch already, please check the link in the description, I'd love to see you there. If you don't know what I stream, I just stream anything. Oh my god, what the fuck? I know, I'm absolutely hilarious. If you want to see better clips, check out Crackable TV. As for the days where I'm not streaming, I'm going to attempt to try and make the most of it and try to get back into making regular videos again. At the end of last year, I finally hit that sweet spot for myself where I was really enjoying making videos. I think Devil's Hunt was probably the first one where I really got that spark again. I'd love to sit here and say this is where I turn a new page and I really get back into the swing of things, but I've got to be honest with myself. There's still a few things I need to do first. Due to my last job, I was always tired, stressed, and just ended up avoiding things when I could because I just felt miserable. And I still do that sometimes now. Like, God, I wanted to collaborate with more people this year, but I felt so trapped within a bubble of negativity that I just came across as obnoxious and toxic. So, to put things into perspective, over the last 2 years, I've started about 10 scripts that I've just ended up shelving out of not wanting to do anything and go to bed and sulk. And a couple of them featured cameos from my friends that just never happened. And some of them even got recorded, and I feel incredibly guilty for that, I'm so sorry. One of the biggest regrets I had last year was not finishing a video I had planned for Final Fantasy 15. I had so much enthusiasm towards it that one day it just went. I lost my drive for it and then just never looked at the script again. And it really sucks because I had every chapter and the outro planned in my head from the start. I was so passionate about that video, and then because one day I had a shit day at work, I just went, I don't want to do anything anymore, and I have not touched that script in about a year. I really hate it when I give up mid-script on a video, and one of my plans this year is to revisit a couple of scripts I have, so who knows, maybe I'll finally get around to making that Final Fantasy video. And since handing in my notice, I've had a good morale boost and I've been able to push myself more to make more videos. I'm actually currently in the middle of 2 projects at the moment. One's a standalone review for a little indie game called Deep Rock Galactic, I'm sure you've never heard of it. And then another video is a bit of a more long-term project. But obviously, there's still a way to go with all this stuff, so I'll reveal that closer to when it's finished. All I'll say is, the project I'm working on, I'm quite excited to talk about it finally. There's a few goals I want to meet this year, both inside and outside this creative space, and I'm sorry it means I'm still going to be taking a while to make videos over the year, but hopefully as time goes on, I'll improve, and I want to be more consistent either way. I'd love to be in a position where I could throw out a review every couple of weeks, or at least once a month, but I am just super picky when it comes to making videos, and I've been stuck in a loop of self-doubt for a while. So it'll be a somewhat slow pace for a while longer, but I am working on things, I promise. Might be distracted by Elden Ring slightly, but I mean, it's a really good game, you can't blame me there. But that's about it really. I'm sorry I haven't got more exciting things going on currently, but for me personally, I think this is a good change. Before I go though, I don't say this enough, but I just wanted to thank everyone who's been around for my videos or streams. I don't expect you to watch everything, but anytime your name pops up, it really does make my day. It's crazy to think that every year I keep this awful mindset that I'm going to stop streaming or making videos at the end of the year. But weirdly enough, last year was the first time I said, no, I want to continue through to next year. And that really is just thanks to everyone. Again, I just want to say thank you for sticking around. You have no idea how much I appreciate the support. And someday I'll find a way to make up for it and describe it properly. But until then, I mean, you could follow my Twitch because I'm playing Elden Ring at the moment and it's going great.